Yeah. Right. Okay. Heard they searching for answers, but ain't heard all the questions. Like, who was there when you needed them? But who left when it started taking off? That's why I don't get involved with niggas that's not my family, dog. I know you hate me, I know you can't stand me. You know I'm on the road, I'm trying to win the family Grammy. But they aiming, yeah, they aiming, trying to take the kid out. But I'm rapping and I'm singing, trying to work some shit out. I'm with Emily and Taco, trying to plan some shit out.
Who would you say your biggest artist influence is?
I don't know, sometimes it varies. I could say it varies probably. I normally say like on a monthly basis, but now like I guess it varies like on like a just an inspiration basis. You know what I mean? Because you be inspired by a lot of different people at different times. You feel me? And a lot of like I wouldn't say just musicians inspire me. You know, like artists inspire me now. Like artists, like you feel me, or like a book would inspire me, or watching a documentary would inspire me, like you feel me. So kind of like, or like just being around certain people would inspire me. I remember I used to go to the club, used to just see how people would like interact to different songs, and go home and be inspired off of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so, it's just like I don't know. But if you like to answer like your question like specifically, like right now my inspirations, I'm pulling from my family a lot, and like my past. Mainly more so now because I feel like I never like necessarily tapped into that before. Like you know, just being a father or going through like different types of relationships. I remember I used to just write music or do music on like just the good shit or like the fly shit or you know what I mean?
Right.
Or like manipulate the story a bit, you know, to make it sound cool, but that's not like what really happened type shit. Now I'm more so falling into the vulnerability of my music. So it's like I'm really just tapping into my old stuff, and that's what's inspired me now.
That's dope. That's dope that you can tap into your own self, find your own inspiration too as well.
Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't spoken on or said anything about that I feel like now is kind of like just bothering me on a personal level sometimes. And I'm just like, okay, let me put this shit on the music. And when I did it the first time, I was like, well, that shit made me feel better. It's like I let something go. So I was like, I'm gonna dedicate a whole project to that. It's like, let that shit go. Like it's who I was, but it's not of me anymore. You feel me?
Let it go to gain some more.
Gain some more, exactly. Law of equivalency. You feel me?
Yeah, law of equivalency. What made you get into music?
Man, shit, we take that shit way back. Like, I used to write poetry. I always liked music though. I just didn't know, like, Virginia showed me that I could record music, you feel me? Like, like I said, I'm from Buffalo, New York, so up top, like, and then being the age that I was, it's like I didn't know that I could go to a studio and record. Like, I thought I had to be like, you know, what famous people did, you know what I mean? So I got here and it's like, it was real prominent about people like recording and doing music here. And I was like, I got from like just writing poetry. Like I wasn't say I was a poet, but I used to write, like creative write a lot. Like whether it was just like a passage or just like just anything, a regular story or anything. I used to write shit like that. Just creative write, I used to love writing. But when we got back into like actually doing music, that shit was, and I knew I could record. I was like, oh, okay.
So you basically discover like, okay, hold on, wait a minute, I can do this.
Yeah, like after one time, it just kept flowing. You know what I'm saying? It just kept flowing after that. Like I used to do freestyles, I used to do like rap battles and shit like that. Just finding who I was as an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I knew I wasn't that artist. I know like not like now I know like I'm more of a crossover commercial type of artist, but I can still keep it in my realm of shit because I know where I'm from and who I am. You feel me? So that's kind of where my niche is, and I can't really shy away from it because I'm not that type of rapper, nor am I that type of singer. You feel me? I'm just kind of just everything.
So let me ask you something. What do you think would be your favorite time of the day to be creative? Like whether you're doing music or whether you focusing on your business.
First thing in the morning,
6 a.m. 5:30.
Shit, 3. Oh, like
3
don't let me go to sleep at 7 o'clock and wake up at 3. And we on it, or like I'm in the bed just fucking thinking about master plan type shit, just until the sun come up and I can put it to motion type shit. That's mainly when like most of the dope shit come up. Like you just sitting there, you think about idea, and then you think of the idea, then you think about the resources you can tap into, and then before you know it, by 9 o'clock that shit's happening. You know what I mean? So 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is pretty much that mastermind time for me. if I'm up. Yeah.
From 3 a.m. to 5, maybe 6. That's the best time to be creative. I feel the same way because I've always been creative first thing in the morning too. When you first wake up and you open your mind and your brain begins to open up, that's the perfect time to write, whatever, anything you want to do, meditate, manifest, that's the perfect time.
And I was like, this shit, you know, like your brain just be like, just going. You know what I'm saying? Like just going 100 miles an hour. So, shit, I try to just think on it. But like I said, sometimes I be knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I'll be knocked out. I probably won't plan nothing that day or like be creative. But I could be creative any time of the day though. You know what I'm saying? If I feel it, I feel it. Like I paint and shit too, so it just be different things, like different outlets that you can get into. You know what I'm saying? Not just music.
Right, you can just get into anything that's when you got to be creative. It's the perfect timing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, a lot of artists, a lot of entertainers, they have issues as far as from a mental health aspect. Us as men and people anyway, we don't focus on ourselves when it comes to mental health. So I feel like to help somebody else that's an artist or they may be an entertainer, what do you do for your mental health to help you when you have a lot going on and you just need to cope and deal with your situations? What do you do? Good question.
Sheesh. One is analyze as much as I can where the fault was, or if I need to take accountability for something. I try to analyze that as much as I can. I'm very stubborn at times when it comes to certain shit, right? Too, because I feel like things should be a certain way, or things should be, if not a certain way, then the way that I think it should be. So going back to your question, like handling that shit, it's kind of just, I don't know, just kind of just sticking to me and just unraveling in myself and then just having conversation about it after the fact. Because sometimes it can take me like 2-3 days to a week to kind of literally just to get the concept in my head, like, you feel me? Like, yeah, like, you know, less pressure as possible if I'm by myself, you feel me? And then I could just come back to terms with whatever the situation was and, you know, be a man about it, because I had to take the time to do so. So it's just really been just analyzing just who I am, and you know what I'm saying? I probably evolved and didn't know that I evolved, or I'm probably digressing as a person. I just need to come back to where I'm at. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas fuck up, players fuck up.
Yeah,
you know
mistakes, but the key is just to make sure you learn from the mistakes you made and trying to repeat them. You know what I'm
really
saying?
Understanding like what you learning. You feel me?
Right.
Like somebody can tell you what you did wrong all day, but if you don't know you actually did something wrong, it's kind of like, dude, like, fuck out of here.
If you don't understand that you did something wrong, because somebody might tell you did something wrong, but in your mind you might be thinking, oh nah, this ain't wrong.
It's not
you know
wrong.
What I'm saying?
Like, I've been seeing this happen all my life. How was it wrong to you? But it ain't been wrong for the last 10 years of my life.
Right. So you gotta accept the fact that, okay, I may not be going about this the right way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can give like a perfect example, like shit, saying bitch. You feel me? I've been hearing that shit as a kid, like, all my life, you feel me? So now when I say that shit, it's like, don't fucking say that or whatever, but it's like, nigga, that's normal to me, you feel me?
Right.
But to tell somebody like, oh, that's in my dialogue, I can't change it, that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But without like trying to correct me, you know what I'm saying? Like really understanding, like, that's disrespectful.
Right.
You shouldn't say anything like that because it makes somebody feel a certain way. It's like, okay, bet. Sometimes I probably fuck up still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just knowing like it's understood now and I'm trying to fix the problem. It's worse.